In lesson 4 in week 3, you're asked to come up with 4 different words for each one of the suffixes and then write their meaning. So what I did is I made a 3-column chart with the different suffixes, meant, er, or. And then meant means action or process. The suffix er is a comparative where you're comparing two things, or it could mean one who, and then the suffix or means one who. So what I did is I went ahead and did one word for you as an example, and then in this chart, I just had my 4 words that come down, so you would have a way to organize it. So for meant, I did installment. Well, if meant means action or process, the meaning of this word means the process of installing. Now for er, I used faster. So with that word, that's a comparative word. So that means that you're comparing how fast something or someone is to another. And like, for example, Mike, his computer is faster than mine. I'm comparing the 2 computers. Now, a word for or means one who. So the word actor with the suffix or means one who acts. So you can use this chart in order because you have to come up with the 4 words with these specific suffixes. Okay, boys and girls, for lesson 5 in your packet, you have to use a reciprocal teaching card, just exactly like you've done last week. And you get these it's the first page in your packet. And the article for this week is Katie Ledecky uses the Olympic platform to launch math and science programs for kids. Now, what I did is the first thing I did is I set up some Cornell notes, and I just started taking after I read it, I started taking some notes from the article. So as you can see, I did that after I read it. And then what I wanted to do is, I read the text twice. Then you're going to take notes from what you did from your highlights and complete your card. Now, after I read this the first time and started highlighting, as I was reading, I felt like there was a lot of questions that I had or things that I wanted to know more about. So because of that, I chose the question reciprocal card. So as you can see here. So as I was reading, and when I had a question and I went back, I would stop and jot, and I would take notes from the article. Like I found that Katie Ledecky, she stated that there are a lot of different applications and synergies between STEM and swimming. So a question that I had was that I'm curious about what other synergies or similarities between STEM and swimming there are besides statistics and video analysis. So as you're reading, and you can take notes on what you want to do. Now, last week I did summarizing because I felt like that's the one that best fit for me. But you will pick a card and complete that card according to what you feel like best suits what you want to go back and teach. Now, when you go to write your response, it's going to take probably 5 sentences. So you always want to start off with your topic sentence, and mine was, as I read the article, Katie Ledecky uses Olympic platform to launch math science programs for kids. Many questions came to mind. And then I said one question, and then I would go ahead from my notes and complete that response. So for lesson 6 and 7, lesson 6 is 45 minutes of iReady. Now, when you do this, do the best that you can. You can use Cornell Notes to help you. And if you still need log information, just contact your homeroom teacher and we can get that to you. Now, if you need help specifically, be sure to request a Zoom time that we can get together privately and you can get help. Now, for lesson 7, everybody has access to iExcel. Your accounts have been set up. We emailed you the information. But if you still are having trouble getting in, this is your login information, okay? You can log in on any device. You can download the apps from the App Store or from the Google Play Store. Your login is the same as it is at the beginning of your email, which is the first 4 letters of your last name, then the first 2 letters of your first name, and the last 2 numbers of your lunch number. Then the rest of it is at Greenwood SD 50. And then the password to get in is school123. And you can log in on any device. And this week you will work on completing the diagnostic for readings and math so that we can see where you are. So now we'll take a look at social studies. On your resource packet, I've included some CNN 10 news where you can find some current news. In lesson 2, and that's the one I'm going to go over using some Cornell notes, was that I won't give up, about Nyack as a fictional African boy. On the French and Indian War, that timeline activity, we've already done that in class. Yay! So we did that together when we were doing the French and Indian War. So now let's go ahead and go into I Won't Give Up so I can help you with that. And my packet came apart. So this is the article, I Won't Give Up, or not the article, excuse me, the story. And it's about how that their African boy, Nyack, was captured and brought over to America in the early 1600s. And this is written as a journal. So what you have to do is write a paragraph that describes Nyack. Now, I read this story and I was looking at it for things that I could find that would describe him. So the first thing I found was that on April 16th, 1635, he's talking about how that he hadn't seen his papa since they got off the ship, and that his mom, that he and his mom was taken to another farm, and his papa was sent to another. But he also talks about how that the people in Jamestown have pale skin and he can't understand what they're saying. So to me, that shows that Nyack is confused. He doesn't understand what is happening to him or why it's happening. So the example from the text that I found was that on April 16th in 1635, the text said that Nyack had not seen his papa since unloading the boat, and the people in Jamestown have pale skin and he can't understand what they're saying. So another example I found was that at the bottom on June 4th, it says, he said that the biggest job of all on the farm was working the tobacco fields. And he says that he works hard. He has to work there every day, he gets tired, but he remembers his papa's words to never give up. So that to me shows that he is a hard worker and that he's determined. So those are a couple examples. And then for your description, I just started it off with my topic sentence. You know, the story, I Won't Give Up, is about a young African boy, Nyack, and his family's journey to America in around 1619. And it says Nyack can be described as, and then from there I would just go up to my notes and I would go back and write that into my paragraph. So guys, I hope you found these instructional videos helpful. I am so happy to help you in any way that I can. I miss you, I love you, and I really miss teaching you. So I hope these are helpful, and if there's anything else I can do, please do not hesitate to contact me or any of the 4th grade team. We will help you in any way that you can. In the description, I have linked the resources for week 3, so you can find those there, but I'll also post them on all the other outlets that we have. So I hope you guys are staying safe, and remember to wash your hands, and I hope we can get back to school as soon as possible.